I'm Jim Dunphy from North Carolina State University, here in Greene County about 4 days after some beans went underwater. The beans behind me have been underwater for 4 days. And that's kind of the break point. They can probably stand 3 to 4 days without serious damage. If they were close to maturity, the water's going to speed up the maturity. The beans sitting right behind me obviously have defoliated prematurely. The leaves are still on, and that we might expect from flooding. One of the things that we'll probably have to face next year, we'll get, for a lot of these fields that have been underwater, some weed problems that we haven't been used to dealing with in that particular field. The water probably going to bring in some new weed seeds, could bring in some contaminants. We hope it doesn't, but that's always a possibility. The fertility, a little hard to predict, but thankfully we've got soil tests available. And a soil test after the water goes down and the soils dry out a little bit would make good sense to make sure that the flood did not cause a fertility problem that we didn't anticipate. Beans can stand a couple of days underwater. Once you get past 3 or 4 days underwater, then we're probably going to get some damage and stop further growth. And that's maybe where we get the biggest yield loss, is stopping the further growth. I think particularly the beans that have been underwater for more than, say, 4 days, having disease on the seed is a distinct possibility and probably even a probability. I don't anticipate at this stage having as much problem as we had last year, because the weather after the rains came has been better this year from a drying standpoint than last year. Last year it stayed wet on us, and that was conducive to a lot of the diseases building up. This year it has not stayed wet except where the beans have been underwater. The beans that we've got wind damage, we're going to have to slow the combine down to try to get them. We're going to have to run that cutter bar as low to the ground as we can, and that's easier done when the combine's moving slowly than when you're going in a hurry. And I know that's the last crop to harvest and you're anxious to get it in the field or get it in the bin, but it's money in the bank to slow down. Yeah, we could well get some shattering, particularly on the beans that are close to maturity. Those pods may not be quite as secure, may not be as likely to stay intact as the greener pods would. So we could get some shattering. But here again, it's hard to predict what we're going to get with it. It's mostly a matter of we're just going to have to wait and see. And when the combine gets in the field, then we'll know what we got. Till then, it's a guessing.